welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I feel very blessed. This is my first designer haul. It's something that to me is kind of surreal. When I started my channel, I knew that the more luxury designer path was kind of the one that I wanted to grow my channel towards, but the fact that I actually have enough pieces to do something like this and to make a real video out of it, I think is just really cool. I'm just really excited to show you these pieces because a few of them I've actually referenced in some other videos. I'm starting with what I'm wearing right this second, and it's this Balmain jacket. It's a bomber style. That is just what dreams are made of. It's so good. I keep thinking whenever I see this hanging up in my closet that as soon as that Valenciennes black dress is done, if you haven't seen that, I'll have it linked up above. But this on top of it is just gonna be such a look, because this just brings a lot more sort of street style, elevated street style is what I'm gonna call it. And then on top of that, very Givenchy-esque, Audrey Hepburn, sort of vintage inspired but very modern silhouette dress. It's just gonna be insane. So let me just talk you through a few pieces. I have 6 or 7, so let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite, but let's waste no more time and get right into it. So here is finally this Balmain blazer, which I am just crazy about. I think it's such a good piece. I ended up getting it from a designer consignment shop in Vancouver, which is in British Columbia, Canada, if you're not familiar with it. And the customer service was awesome. I actually reached out to them when I was on my honeymoon because I saw this and I just kept thinking of it. And I thought, I can't wait till I get home to actually just get it ordered. So I did that right away. And oh my gosh, I was so happy when it finally came in. Also, side note, did anybody notice that I'm filming in a white room? I actually got this room painted really recently and I'm so happy with it now that it's white. You can see I do have a little bit of art there and there that still needs to go up on the walls. This mirror is gonna be changed out, but like I said in the beginning, I just wanna take you guys with me on this whole journey now that I finally have a filming room, because that's just been so fun. I digress. Anyway, back to the blazer. So this is obviously from Balmain. It's got these incredible gilded buttons on it with the lion's head. I'm gonna see if I can get right down in there to show you, but it's just such a good bomber. I was really excited to get it for the fall time because it's one of those pieces that you can just layer. So I thought this with either a big chunky wool scarf if I need something on top to cover the neck, since it does come down quite low, would work really well. But then this on top of anything for an evening, any sort of occasion, I just figured that this is gonna be really, really good for. You can make it super casual like this. I'm just wearing it with these super oversized jeans. I thrifted these ones and I'm pretty sure they're in a video as well, but they're actually thrifted from the men's section, which is a tip. And I feel like if Karen Britchick knew who I was, she would be so happy that I'd be promoting thrifting in the men's section, because that's what she does best. So let me just close this so you can get the full idea of what it looks like in its finest form, which to me is done up. It's a little bit more structured, a little bit more put together. This is definitely more on the casual side. Here we are all done up, and just these gilded buttons and the material of it. The difference in designer and high street clothing, it's really not about the price for me, but the fit of things and the material is incredible. So this one is silk, and the two-tone silk with these gilded buttons is just delicious. But the feeling of this fabric, I wish you could touch through the screen. It is so soft, and it's also heavy. I definitely feel like it's a warmer piece. It'll just keep you all nice and cozy, but it's definitely still breathable at the same time, which is awesome. But this one is just gonna be the greatest top for the next pair of designer pants that I'm gonna show you. I had to take the bomber off just to show you all the goodness that are these pants, and please don't mind the bra straps. We're just focusing on the bottom half for this, but check out these Alex trousers that are low crotch, men's inspired, very well tailored. I think it's on the one side that they have a little button. Yes, here at the back. I just think that every detail of these pants was so well thought out. These are gonna be like my new go-to pants because they just fit so amazingly. So let me tell you the story of these. I also got these in Montreal on my honeymoon at Rouge Boutique. So if you hadn't watched the video where I did the cold weather outerwear video, that was the thumbnail. I'll have it posted on screen right here. It had these incredible pieces, and these pants were one of them that I just couldn't leave behind. These are by the brand called Alex. They're made in Italy, and it's ALYX for anybody that might be wondering. But just this shot right here, like the double button loops, which I think is a great like extra little detail that just shows the brand put extra thought into it. With these faux pockets here. So this is basically just a pleat, just to add some more dimension to the front. The super low crotch, it literally goes down to here. This is like my thigh, my knee is here. So it's really not that much higher, but I just love these. When I was in Italy, I lived there from 2012 to 2013, and this was one of the biggest styles that was in when I was living there, was women wearing these low crotch pants. And it was a couple years later, when I was obviously back in Canada, that I found that the trend was sort of trickling through, and I loved it, but I had never actually been like confident enough to own and wear a pair. And then when I saw these, it was just like, it was meant to be. I know that I said that they don't actually have functional pockets at the top here, but these are the little zippers to the top of the pockets that are, oh, they're not pockets. Okay, I'm lying. So we discovered that together. These are not actually pockets. They just like extend that line, which I think is great in itself. It just adds more detail and texture, and I guess it's sort of like a vent in a way. Like it just adds a little bit more breathability, but oh my gosh, these are so good. You can tell at the bottom too that there is a natural cuff on them, which just saves me from having to do it myself. But let's try it with the blazer, because I have a feeling that these two are just gonna pair beautifully together. Yes, just as I predicted, it looks stunning with this blazer. I don't think anything could look bad with this, but these are just the perfect complement and add a more like masculine flair to this, which I love. I'm not about like super androgynous, but that nod to masculinity, even with the bomber, since it is more oversized, is just, it's a great look. And I feel like for anybody that does tend to dress more feminine, I feel like I dress a good mix of both, but to have a few pieces in your wardrobe that are more masculine just adds to me so much depth to your wardrobe. So consider that as a tip if you are a more like girly dresser. Just grab a couple things like these pair of pants, super low crotch, just love it, and then something oversized for on top, pair them together, and you got such an easy outfit made in heaven. My next designer item is a little bit, I guess, less clothing related, but still totally fashion related. And it is this massive Tom Ford coffee table book. Here's the deal. I've been looking for this everywhere, literally for years, but didn't want to pay the regular, I have to put it down, it's so heavy. I didn't want to pay the regular retail price of it because it is so expensive. This is just the outer shell. So this is what the book sits inside. But this book is one that is just like iconic. Whenever you see, especially like interior designs, I always see this on all of the coffee tables that are in these magnificently styled rooms. So of course I was gonna want one for myself. I ended up finding this at HomeSense of all places, which if you're from the States is like Home Goods. And I am just so happy that I was finally able to get my hands on it. The photos in this book are incredible, and it's just the type of book wherever you put it in your house, it's just gonna sort of bring it to the next level. It's such a good one. It's so well known, and I saw that Tom Ford did just come out with their 002, I guess their second version of this book. I don't know if I'm gonna be getting that one. To me, just one Tom Ford for now is good, but I had to share that with you because if you can find a book like this at a significantly reduced price. I think that's awesome. I do have quite the collection of fashion coffee table books, but I figured one like this that is just black and white is just gonna be a really good addition, and it's gonna be one that I'm gonna look at and love because I've already been looking for it for years, so finally being able to pick it up, can't wait to actually go through it. It has incredible photography from the greatest of fashion photographers, from one of the greatest designers out there. Like Tom Ford has been such an icon, and I feel like lately, especially with his fragrances, I've been hearing so many good things about his fragrances, so I might need to try one of those out myself. But if you are interested in this book, definitely try and find it without having to pay like $200+ for it, because that's a lot anyway, but for a coffee table book, seems like even more than that. On to the next piece. This makes me wish that it was summer again. Look how cute this playsuit is. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. So this is my one and only piece of Zimmermann, and I can honestly tell you that after having this and seeing the quality and the fit of this, like, there's no way that I'm going seasons and seasons and seasons more without getting more Zimmermann, especially for spring and summer. Like, there's nothing that I don't absolutely love about this playsuit. I love how girly it is and the ruffles, and this is sort of what I was talking about before with how when you wear something that's super, super feminine, it doesn't mean that you can't wear masculine things, because the outfit that I was in prior was definitely leaning more towards masculine than super girly, like this obviously is. But like, just look at this, it's so cute. I kind of feel a little bit like a cupcake, and I love that. But this is, just for the record, in a size 1, and I was a little bit concerned about how small that might be, and it ended up just fitting me to perfection. Obviously with this little belt here, you can cinch the waist even more, which you guys know I love, but this has just been such a great piece, and I've worn it already a few times. I'm dying for the weather to warm up, even though we're just getting into cold weather now, just so that I can wear it again. But if you haven't already discovered Zimmermann, this is your news flash, because you're not gonna find anything cuter, better fitting, the quality's incredible than something like this. And I feel like if you are looking into getting your first piece, maybe a playsuit is a good way to go, because especially if you do get designer consigned, that's what this one was. I bought it from a shop called Rewind Couture in Toronto. But if you get something like this, you can pay like a good price, and what I mean by that is like not super, super high, for something that's still in incredible condition. I don't think this was worn too much, but you can get something more affordable, and you have a whole outfit. Like, there's really not too much I need to add to this. So if this is something that you're interested in wherever you are in the world, if you're in a much warmer temperature than I am, go for Zimmermann. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. And if this doesn't speak bridal, I don't know what does. So even if you were thinking of like an engagement shoot idea, something like this is literally perfect for so many different things, but anything related to bridal would be just amazing. As you probably noticed, I totally changed up what was my purse wall, and I just wanted to have it a little bit more aesthetic and a little bit more black and white. And here I'm gonna be like showcasing some of my new in pieces that fit on the shelf, and also just so that I can admire them a little bit more. And one of the things that was at the top left here was this book from a brand called Chesh, and this was actually sent to me. And yes, it's not exactly luxury designer, but it totally has the same feel as one of those designer fashion coffee table books, like the Tom Ford one that I showed you earlier. I just couldn't help but include it as well, because it's such a stunning book. I'm gonna have some video of the photos that are in this book inserted here, just so that you can get an idea. So this brand, Chesh, actually means home or being home. And it plays on the theme of confinement, since obviously for the past couple years, things haven't really been at their normal. So you sort of get to travel through reading this book. The photos are so vibrant and so full of life. and it's just a really beautiful like celebration of Northern African and Mediterranean culture. A lot of the photos focus on Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia, and the book actually used photographers from those regions, which I think is awesome because just like we've all been saying to support local, the makers of this book actually did that and used the photographers from the regions that they were capturing photos from, which is amazing. In the same vein of shopping local, they actually are a Toronto-based brand, but they ship worldwide, and especially for the price of this book, I just really don't think that you can go wrong. It would be a great Christmas gift. Like, I would love to open this Christmas morning because anything black and white clearly just speaks to me. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, but definitely check out Xoxo. I'll have it linked in the description box down below. If you did want to check out their website, it's just an amazing brand to support because not only are you supporting local if you're Canadian or part of the GTA or Toronto area, but you can also support like locally at the same time as supporting globally. So you're supporting those photographers from the countries that I just mentioned, but it's a great book, so definitely check it out if you have a chance. Okay, so these are what constitutes the Prada portion of this video, and these boots, I don't think I've ever seen anything more stunning. Like, the leather on these is absolutely incredible. I did get these designer consigned, but they're literally never worn. They're just in perfect condition. Like, the leather on them is incredible. Even the bottom of the shoe itself is just so clean and crisp. Doesn't really have any markings on it. So the fact that I got these, especially just like when the pant is hanging over and you just get a little peep of that fringe on that pointed toe, like, I just think that that look is so, so, so good. Let me show you what else I could wear with them. I think I might just try them on with the Alex pants again because they are just gonna go with everything. I feel like these are the type of boots that do look like they're a little bit more sort of, I don't want to say avant-garde, but like a little bit more sort of out there, a little bit quirky with the fringe, the super point, and then of course the gold accents on the black just is exactly the color combo that I would choose myself anyway. But I just want to show you another pair of pants to pair these with that maybe show them off a little bit more, because these mosh pants are great, but they really steal the show. You guys know that I had to try it back on with the Balmain bomber because this, with these pants, with these shoes, or boots I should be saying, is just like the ultimate fall casual, but like very fashion forward, in my opinion, outfit. I really do love the oversized vibe of everything, with just because the pants are really breathable, they've got a lot of room to them, the blazer's oversized, and then everything is sort of cinched in with these boots. It's just such a great look. So if you find anything like this, I paid $300 for these shoes, which I couldn't believe. When I heard the price, I need to check what collection they're from. I want to know what year they're from, because whoever owned them before me, like I said, literally never wore them. Like, the leather is perfect. So the fact that I get to be the one to like break them in is honestly good and bad at the same time, but I'd obviously rather be the one to like mold them to my foot. So I think that that's great, but I just love these so much and I couldn't help but share the whole outfit together. Now, you'll see behind my mirror here, this is the box that they were given to me in. It's not the exact box because originally they had like the proper, more recent blue Prada box, and for whatever reason, I think they had sold that box with a different pair of shoes by accident. So I ended up with this like sort of vintage Prada box, which is fine because honestly, I want to just keep them on my shelf. As you guys may have seen in the cutaways earlier, I really just like admiring pieces of clothing out on my closet or on my shelves first when I first get them, because it's exciting to have them and I don't just want to go straight into wearing them yet. I know that might sound kind of funny, but I just like admiring them on the shelf first, so I think that's where they're gonna go instead of back in the box. But if you did like these shoes, let me know if you would wear something like these, because they are kind of like, they're different. They're definitely not something that I've seen. With the fringe, I mean, like everything else is pretty common about them, I guess, but just the pointed toe, and I love how narrow they are. They just end up fitting me like a glove. but let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you like these pieces. Please let me know down below which one was your favorite, and I'll see you very, very, very soon in my next one. Another one related to Valenciennes actually, and the dress is coming along incredibly. If you haven't already seen part 1 and 2 of that, I'm gonna have them linked here, so feel free to click on those, and if not, I'll see you very soon with a brand new one on Wednesday. Bye!